Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pokemon Emerald Legacy discussion stream number 6. Today, you guys, we are going to be looking at Learnsets and stats. So, what are Learnsets and stats? Learnsets and stats are Pokemon. Today, we are basically balancing Pokemon. So, hello, welcome back. Good to see you all. And before we get into it, I should mention that we've done... Well, actually, this really is just getting straight into it. So we've done a lot of Learnset fixes already. We did a stream where we entirely looked at the starters, and you can see we've kind of gone through and given them much better Learnsets. So like Blaziken, for example, getting what do we have? Like a rolling kick and a fire punch, and Mach Punch, some earlier moves. We see Sceptile getting like a Leaf Blade, Extreme Speed, Dragon Claw, Razor Leaf upon evolution into Grovyle. So we've done a lot of changes already, and part of me showing to you this is just to kind of give you an idea of some of the changes we've made. So like Marsh Stomp, Bubble Beam 21. A little bit earlier Earthquake on Swampert, but these are 3 Pokemon that obviously are already in a pretty good spot. So we are going to look at other Pokemon that we have done some changes to, bounce these ideas off you guys, and then just kind of make some changes as need be. So I should also mention that the place we like to start, like we're balancing Pokemon today, the place we like to start is with Learnsets. I feel like if you could fix the Learnset without changing stats, then that's great. And if you can't fix the Learnset with movesets, Learnsets, then you go to stats. And then if all those fails, you go to abilities. Because abilities is kind of a bigger thing to change. But at the same time, there are some Pokemon that need like ability changes. So I feel like Poochyena is pretty locked in at this point. But just to give you like another idea, kind of what we're looking for, you've got Poochyena with its classic Bite Learnset at level 13. But we've tried to add a bit more of like what you would expect. Poochyena isn't expected to be the greatest Pokemon in the game, but we want to make it somewhat viable. So we've got things like adding in Thief, for example. We've got like a level 34 Crunch. I guess we'll look at Mightyena. We've even added in Super Fang, which I think is going to be really important for Mightyena to be relatively viable at all in the late game, and 52 actually may be just a little bit late. So you know what I would actually do? I'm just looking at that and I'm like, I feel like that's a little bit late. So what I would do is I would actually bump that back, make some changes, and then boom, let's actually see it at like a level 50. So this is kind of what we're going to be doing today. We're actually working with the code, which I didn't realize that you guys like, but a lot of people really liked the yellow encounter stream we did where we actually went through the code and it itself. So this is the code though, by the way. This is like what we work with when we go to change things. So yeah. Welcome. So yeah, we can go through again. We've got a Pokemon like Zigzagoon, who Zigzagoon is also in a honestly kind of in a weird spot. It's got Belly Drum, which anyone that's watched that one YouTube video knows, like Linoone can kind of solo the Elite Four. So it's actually not in a very bad spot. Like it's got Slash. I think we added Pursuit. But Zigzagoon's got like crazy early Headbutt. It has a lot of utility in its pickup ability, and Belly Drum is like ridiculous. So it's actually a Pokemon that didn't really need a lot of work. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, like Belly Drum is kind of its like a lot of what we're trying to do is like make sure it's got some mid-game stuff, but then a lot of like Poochyena, for example, really needs that like late game something to just stop it from being utterly terrible. Kind of like Linoone already had. We've got the Whirlpool line, Silicoon. So this one, we actually just added back Harden and Tackle, like we've done for the other Cocoons, because it's really annoying when you catch a Silicoon and it doesn't have Harden or Tackle. I'm going to be honest, it's entirely possible that this was just how it already was in the game, and Game Freak, I feel like Game Freak maybe already saw that oversight and was like, that's stupid. So you know what? Maybe we didn't even do that, and that's just how it is. Yeah. Oh, and as Arrow says, another thing about Poochyena is Dark is now physical, and Poochyena is a physical attacker. So like Poochyena had like stab bite at the early game, but it was running off 30 special, which is terrible. But now that it's got 55, like that's actually gonna be, it's actually gonna be pretty serious for it. Like look at this, like 90 attack on like Crunch is actually pretty nice. That's a really solid special attacker. So. Yeah, I feel like my Deanna is in a much better spot, especially because of Intimidate. Anyway, looking over to our first Butter Beautifly, we kind of leaned into its pre-existing learn set, and then you'll see that's what we did a lot. So like Beautifly's thing was that it had Absorb. And so we were like, okay, well, let's lean into that. So we've given it like Mega Drain at level 24. We've done Giga Drain at level 38. There's 2 bug moves that we've actually added, and these have been buffed. Sorry, Silverwind has not been buffed outside of, I think, a PP upgrade, but basically Silverwind is bug type ancient power, so it actually there's a 10% Omni Boost chance on Silverwind. Mostly this is just good because it's like an early 60 base power bug move, relatively early. But the other thing, and I'm actually gonna move Whirlwind down just one because like I feel like 27 and 28 is kind of awkward. So 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, that's kind of cool. And you kind of want that on a bug type because they're known for getting early moves early. Why would Beautifly have Psychic? Yeah, I agree. I don't think that would really make sense. But what we've done for Signal Beam is finally, now that we're in Generation 3, there's more bug moves, and so we've got variety. And so we've moved Signal Beam from just being another 60 base power kind of whatever move to actually doing 85 damage. And that's genuinely huge for bug types because what we've done is like we made Twin Needle the like strong bug move, like it does 40 times 2 for 80, but a Pokemon like Beautifly just doesn't really make sense, right? So what we've got instead is like Signal Beam, and this is a move that I feel like can Signal really why are we not finding? Okay, there we go. This is a move that other bug types that wouldn't really make sense to get Twin Needle. Like we've kind of stretched Twin Needle already quite a bit to give to like Scyther and a few other Pokemon, but it was like, okay, like yeah, it's like kind of on brand, but like a Beautifly just can't learn can't learn Twin Needle, but a Beautifly can learn Signal Beam. So 85 power, it's kind of like a Shadow Ball type level power move. So I feel really good about that, and yeah, that's going to be Beautifly's late game move. Obviously not going to be the best Pokemon, but I do think that this overall is a learn set that's going to look really good. And similarly, we've got our first donation, so I will go ahead and we will read that. Shadow Dragon says, are you planning on doing streams to discuss storyline and features? Because I have suggestions and more details for the secret base quest I pitched you. Should I wait till then or go to the Discord? I would say definitely hold off on that, Shadow. Like, that's very much like late stage design. Right now, what we're looking at is like the small micro details that actually build the foundation of the good game. So, you know, it's all these little things that like support that like make for a good gameplay experience that, you know, all that stuff is like shiny, as like what I like to say. It's like the really fun stuff. But before you can get to the really fun stuff, you have to make like a really good solid base, and that's like gameplay. So that's going to be some later discussion stuff. We're definitely going to get there, but for now we got to dig into this kind of stuff. But yeah, also thank you for the 10th, your 10th super chat. So chat, let's get some love for Shadow, because Shadow's always in here saying hi and all that stuff. Yeah. Playthrough says, what about Fury Cutter? We're still working on Fury Cutter. I think Fury Cutter might need a slight buff. We wouldn't change its mechanic. We would just probably slightly change its power. That's probably what we would do. Yeah, let's see some hearts in the chat for Shadow Dragon. We love to see that. So, again, I feel like a lot of this is feeling pretty good and is only going to need some slight changes. But there are a lot of Pokemon that we still have to fix, and I especially wanted to just go through some of these early game changes to give you guys an idea of like what we're trying to build here, to kind of set a precedent of how we'll do some other Pokemon in this video. Okay, so to start with Dusktox. Dusktox is very good because it kind of walls the 2nd and 5th gym, but outside of that, it kind of sucks. Dusktox is the Pokemon that's going to learn Psychic because I believe it already learned Confusion and possibly Psybeam. But Psybeam was like at level 48. So we made Psybeam earlier and we made Psychic like a late game move. It's also going to get Signal Beam. It's going to get Toxic. Going to get a late Protect. So if you want it for Norman, you can get it, but you got to really work for it. Light Screen should probably not be at the same level. And actually, you know what I would probably do is I would actually... We've made Norman slightly higher level. Like he's probably going to be closer to 30... like 3 or 35, I'm thinking. So I'm going to make Protect level 33 there. I'm going to bring... I think that's probably good. I think that's probably cool. So just small little changes. We've got another super chat from the Word Nest. Says, any ability changes included or is that later? I don't know if we're going to look at any ability changes today. It will be... probably if there's a Pokemon we run into that really sucks, we might have to. But currently, no. Ryan Tucker says, loving stream. I know you're changing cast form. Could you give Sand Hail form? Yeah. So one thing is like for this whole series is we're not making drastic changes that weren't already in the game. And like what I mean by drastic is like adding another Pokemon that isn't already in the game. To me, that would count as adding another Pokemon. So Emerald is kind of unique for only having those 3 cast forms, and I think it would be in the spirit of Emerald to just make those 3 forms good rather than add 2 more. It would be a lot in its introductory game. So yeah, but great question, and thank you for the donation. And Tydry says, here's my thought regarding water sport, mud sport. So this is actually something that's really, I'm always really glad to hear, because I've been sitting on water sport, mud sport, being like, this is kind of like the Razorwind. This is my Razorwind problem child of Gen 3. Of just like, this is stupid. I don't know what to do with it. Either they strengthen water ground moves respectively or extend the effects of Rain Dance and Sandstorm. It seems redundant, but so are the moves. Yeah, I could see something like that. Maybe it would like double the length or something. I'm going to write that down just in our little Google Doc we have here, just so we don't forget that. And definitely something to think about. Like I said, I know, like, I feel like even you are like, this is really hard to do something with, but here's my best shot. And that's where I'm at too. So I'm open to all ideas on that. There are a few Pokemon we're going to get to today that are kind of in need of something with that. So yeah. We've also got Arden Baker who says, kill the rat. Oh wait, we're done with yellow. Carry on. Yeah. It's nice to be back in a game with 3 starters. It was very nice. The thing with Pikachu was so nice is that it was like able to get so much attention because it was the only starter, but it was also like, oh my God, I'm so glad to be onto a game that has 3 starters. Kibo says it would be really cool if you kept the changes for Pokemon that you can't catch, but you already gave them changes for YL and CL, just for genning. Yeah, that is probably what we will do. We will probably do some porting over for Pokemon that are only available in the late game. And then we might even make them further better with some of the new moves and abilities that we've given. So definitely something like that. Thank you guys all for the super chats. Feel free to keep them coming. I'm just going to hold off answering any more for the next probably 10 minutes as we go through a few more stuff. But I see you there, Chris, and I will get to you in a second. Dusk Talks. Looking good. Lotad is a line that had no grass moves or no water moves or something. I think it was no water moves. I think it only had absorb. Was that right? So we've given it like a bubble beam. We've given it an absorb. If we look at Lombre, we've got some moves sitting here. Mega Drain. We've got Thief. We've got Giga Drain. We've got Hydro Pump. And we've actually decided to give Ludicolo Teeter Dance because Ludicolo likes to dance, and it feels like a Pokemon that should learn it. So yeah, Ludicolo. Actually, the thing with Ludicolo is like you're probably like, that's not that crazy. It's not that crazy because the only thing that Ludicolo needs is a good water move for the early game. So like Water Gun and Bubble Beam is enough. And then it just needs an earlier stone. That's really the only thing holding Ludicolo back from being a menace, because it is like one of the best water types in the game if you set Rain up for it, because it's Swift Swim, so it doubles its speed. It's really fast. Water Grass is actually, like, in my opinion, I don't know if other people agree with this, but I think it's a great type because you're a water type that can counter other water types in a region that has a lot of water types. And it also, like, it's like healing water. So, like, you get really fast and then you send off all these Giga Drains that then heals you. I don't know. I find Ludicolo feels great. It's a little bit late to get there. Ludicolo should be available for like Tate and Liza fight. That's stuff we're gonna get to. Yeah. Also, no elemental weakness. That's a great point. Yeah, it's not weak to fire and it's not weak to electric, which is pretty cool. And it's not weak to ice. Dang, I never thought about that. But yeah, I love that thing. So C-Dot was in a similarly difficult situation. We've given it Razor Leaf because this is more of a slicing grass type than an absorbing grass type. We've given it Feint Attack, which is now 70 power. We've given it has extra sensory. And we decided to be generous and let Shiftry also get Leaf Blade. So actually both of these Pokemon are getting like another Pokemon's signature move. Something with Legacy is like, we recognize that Legacy signature moves are cool, but we want to make more Pokemon good, and some of these Pokemon just need other Pokemon signature move. So that's what that's all about. Nincada is actually a Pokemon I would like to fix, guys. So I'm going to back up. Well, actually, I'm going to move ahead, and then we'll back up. Ninjask has been given some absolute gas. Swords Dance, Agility, its ability is a speed boost, so every turn it raises speed. And 45 Baton Pass. This thing is literally just going to exist to set up, try to not die, and get a Baton Pass out to another Pokemon, and you just win the game. Ninjask is going to be not the best Pokemon on its own, but as far as a support Pokemon goes, it's like literally insane how good this is. Because if you want to think about this, right? So like, yes, you could do the Swords Dance and pass to a physical attacker, because like one Swords Dance and Baton Pass is +2 attack and +1 speed. I can think of 20 Pokemon that they're just going to be amazing with that. But also, like, if you're just double teaming, send off like 2 double teams, you get +2 speed, and then swap into like a Gardevoir that could like maybe use a little bit more speed, or even a really slow Pokemon that's like extremely bulky Baton Pass. Like, this thing is going to be nuts. And I guess the thing is like it already had a bit of that going, but we've just made it even better. So very excited for Ninjask. Shedinja's kind of got what you would expect: Silverwind, Shadow Ball, Feint Attack. It's Shedinja. It's amazing. It really doesn't need that much. But Nincada sucks, man. I was doing a run. I was playing Emerald Legacy, and Nincada is like so awful. And I just gotta say, we'll get to we're gonna get to all the super chats and donos. We're just grouping them, by the way, so I didn't miss that. Just need to reiterate. But Nincada's early game really struggles because it's in the slow experience group, I believe. Being bug ground with nothing. It takes so long to level, and I think that is fine. But what I hated about it when I was using it for my playthrough is before it evolves into Ninjask, it sucks. This is an updated Learnset. Sand Attack, Scratch, Harden, Leech Life, Fury Swipes, Mud Slap, Mind Reader, Dig. Like, this is actually an improvement to what it had, and it sucks. In my opinion, I think we should just make it better rather than changing its level up group. We've never changed a level up group before. I don't really want to. I would rather just Nincada be kind of usable. So I'm almost wondering if we should give it like really early Mud Slap. Mud Shot at level 12 and get Mud Slap earlier. I was wondering about Dig, but Dig is actually after Ninjask's evolution, right? Because isn't Ninjask 20? I might be wrong on that. It might actually be 22, but I thought it was 20. Yeah, so it's 20. So basically, if you want to delay evolution for 2 levels, you get Dig, which I actually think is really good because Dig is great in the Norman fight. And it actually, like a Ninjask with Dig is really useful because you have an immune turn and that gives you 2 speed boosts. So I don't think Magnitude is the right power. Ralt's fans cope. Yeah, no, I think that is stylistically often not the best answer. I did see a suggestion for Mudshot. I kind of like, I don't know, does anyone have any better suggestions for an early ground move? I think that's what it needs, right? Like, I feel like you want to go Mud Slap at like level 7, maybe? Oh God, this is actually quite difficult. Put a Waterstone north of the pond in Petalburg. Damn, Ultra Silver 2, you're cooking with that idea. I think you mean like the area that's only accessible with surf, right? Why is this not Okay, well, put a Waterstone north of pond in Petalburg. So we're getting a little distracted, but like this is related to Little Codolo, and it is such an utterly cooked idea. Petalburg. Not Petalburg Woods, just Petalburg. Yeah, so... Wait, I think what you meant, and I think what I was thinking is what you meant, is south, right? There's this little spot down below that has a hidden item. Oh, there is one north too. Okay, my bad. So there's 2. That actually is such a great idea. That to me is like probably when you would want to evolve something. So yeah, incredible idea. Thank you very much for that. We love it when you guys cook, and that is a prime example of a cook. Yeah, I do think we probably want them all to be available around that time. Like Firestone is available pretty early, and the other ones aren't. I think that we should just go. Sorry, that's. I think we should just go with Mud Slap for now. Or sorry, Mud Shot. I don't know what like 12 maybe, and then Fury Swipes can be a bit later, I guess. We could do 12 with a later Fury Swipes at like 16, because Fury Swipes is just kind of better scratch. 12 is low for Mud Shot. I agree, but could they make use of Hyper Voice? Yeah, I don't really think it would do much for it, because that's just a... Stylistically, maybe, but I don't think we need to go that route. I think Leech Life is nice, but maybe we should move it around with Mud Slap. So Mud Slap at 5, Leech Life at 7, and then Mud Shot at 12. Honestly, getting a level 12 Nincada is work. Like, even that is like, oh yeah, that's a lot for the first gym, but like, dude, it's a grind. And also, guys, I will just say, I'm seeing a million moves that don't exist in this game. So just remember, if you're making suggestions, that you're suggesting moves that actually existed in Gen 3. Moves like Bug Bite and X Scissor and stuff don't exist. I think that is really good, honestly. Like, Mudshot early is really good for it. And it's still going to be a bit of a grind. So we'll leave that for there. We'll see how it feels. That's our first, like, massive change we've made, because I just played with Nincada and it was awful. Yeah, so going back to some super chats and donos here. Super Zach, one of our playtesters and someone who did a lot of the sprites for Yellow, says, give Blossom Leaf Blade 2, coward. No. Maybe? Probably. I'll write it down for you, Zach. I can see that. It learns Pedal Dance. So why wouldn't... Maybe. That's going to be Give Blossom Leaf Blade, question mark. Anyway, moving on. Talo is so goddamn good. It really doesn't need anything. Maybe a late Sky Attack for Swellow. And I'm talking like level 55 Sky Attack. I think that is deserving of the bird. But that's it. I don't think anything else. Oh, I also thought about giving it Facade, but it's kind of weird in my opinion to give it Facade. So I'm actually gonna go against that idea. I think you should have to invest your Facade TM into Swellow, because it's the best user of it, but it shouldn't be free. Yeah, I think that's a little bit too much. How about Drill Peck instead of Sky Attack? In my opinion, Swellow is much more of a Sky Attacker than a Drill Pecker. And it's so goddamn good. It doesn't really need it. And Ditesh says, thoughts on Steven, Wallace, and Juan being swapped around. Put Juan where Steven is. Give him 3-starter, Laura's Kingdra, and 6th. And then you have National Dex. So we're not thinking that exactly, but I've said it before, and I'll let you guys know what we're thinking with Juan. So the plan is to actually revert back to Ruby and Sapphire for the start. So what is the gym we're looking for? I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's Moss Deep Gym. We're going to actually revert it so that the standard storyline up till post-game is the same as Ruby Sapphire. So you'll fight Wallace for Gym 8 and then Steven for Champion. And then after that, there's going to be a storyline beat where it might be that as you rematch the Elite Four, we might do it so that you walk in and you see Wallace defeat Steven, and then you actually have to fight Wallace as the rematch champion. And why we like this is it basically combines the best of both worlds. So in doing so, in my opinion, basic storyline is much better when you have a water and a non-water champion, water gym leader and non-water champion. It just works better. And so it provides more variety for the main storyline. And it also, just like Steven, is cool. But then you actually get to show that storyline beat of Wallace beating Steven. And then you get, you still get, because it's Emerald, you still get the Wallace champion fight. And it would be a rematch, so it can be like even harder, which will be awesome. Then with that, what you can do is you can actually send Juan to be the rematch for the 8th gym leader. And then Steven can go off into his cave and you get that Emerald beat too. So it basically combines both. And in my opinion, that would be the best outcome, is you take the best from Ruby and Sapphire and the best from Emerald, you stick it all together, and then it gives you a better like end game and all that. So yeah, thank you for the super chat. Hamadou Diallo says Shiftry would be the best Sun user if it can also learn Heat Wave. That's getting into outside of Legacy territory. I agree it would be really good. I don't know if... I see. Okay. I don't know if that is exactly what Shiftry wants. It might be a little too much, unfortunately. We have another super chat from Retro Rich, who once again says Flash should do what damage? Just saying. I appreciate you putting your hand in it. I probably won't do it, but I appreciate it. Azul Magia says, would it be all right for Flareon or maybe just Eevee to get extreme speed so it has a late game upgraded quick attack? Not in the game, not in the main storyline game. So maybe something we'll consider, but not currently. Thank you for the donation. We have Harry, who says, what do you think about letting Slacking learn skill swap? Fun, challenging surprise if Norman Slacking knows that move. I think that's a little bit too much for the base gym leaders, but we're definitely going to cook with that for the rematches. So don't worry. We're skill swap slacking is on our radar for Norman rematches, and it's going to be very fun. I like what you're thinking. It's a very very interesting strategy. Stefan says clock swap between champions like Shoal Cave. Yeah, so I think it's just better to make it a dedicated storyline beat. When you split the storyline like that, it kind of splits the player's experience. And I think we want everyone to have a uniform experience for Emerald, so that we all are on the same page. Swallow is the Pidgeot of Ho-On. So yeah, that's why we're gonna give Swallow Sky Attack, and that's like post game too. So that would very much be a post-game move it's getting. But man, Sky Attack on Swellow's got to cook. Timothy says Flygon should gain Sandstream as an ability. So we're not going to give any Pokemon. We can look at, actually, let's go take a look at Flygon, everyone's favorite dragon. We're actually not going to give any Pokemon that doesn't already learn a weather-setting move one, because it completely upends the story of Gen 3. Tyranitar is the Sandstream setter, and although Tyranitar isn't a legendary, I feel like it makes sense if any Pokemon was going to learn it, it should be like at least Tyranitar level. So yeah, the gods spoke it into existence like that for weather setters, and we're gonna leave it as is. So yeah, Brian, thank you for the super chat. And I think that is everyone. So we are going to get back to Learnsets. Kind of jumping around here. Flygon, Fan Attack, Sand Tomb. Well, that's some early stuff. But Crunch, Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, Earthquake. It's really not that insane. Like, you might almost look at this and be like, dang, that's Flygon's Learnset. But didn't actually learn Dragon Claw or Earthquake, which I think is really rude to do for a Pokemon that has to take to level 45 to evolve. Dragon Claw and Earthquake should just be on this thing's set. So the other thing, though, that is a little bit more creative is we decided to give it Signal Beam. I just really feel like Flygon deserves a bug move. We're not going to change its type, obviously, but it really just should have a bug move stylistically. I think it fits really nicely. So I guess it's not really Flygon, but it'll be Vibrava that gets Signal Beam, and Vibrava is the most bug-feeling Pokemon. So I think that's really fun to give it a bug move. I don't know if it really makes it any better, because Crunch is now going to be physical. So Signal Beam and Crunch are pretty similar in power. And what does Crunch have? Like Dark is just kind of better offensively, right? Like Bug is good against Dark, I guess that's your. Oh, you know what? That actually would be better in the Elite Four. You get Crunch for Tate and Liza, and then you swap it out with Signal Beam for the Elite Four. So it also is kind of useful. So yeah, that's like a Pokemon that's a little more exciting. That's not like a super early game Pokemon. But heading back to Swellow, we've got Shroomish, which we've been generous, and people won't like this, but we've been generous. 46 Spore on Shroomish, in my opinion, is absurdly generous. Spore is the best move in the game. And giving it to a Pokemon that is already like arguably top 3, top 5 for sure early is you're looking at the Pokemon that has been given like Breloom, like it's just been given every privilege in the world. Like it's early game. Breloom is just this privileged ass Gen 3 Pokemon. Like it gets 130 attack with Mach Punch, nice grass moves, nice type, like a convenient typing for the region. And then people are like, oh, but I have to wait till level 54 to get Spore. That's the thing. It doesn't get Spore. Breloom does not get Spore. Okay? For the main game. We understand that this is a competitive set. So when you see this 59, and when I talk about Breloom not getting Spore, I mean I feel like I'm like, oh God, I'm having to backtrack. But no. It doesn't make sense to give Breloom Spore for the main game. Now, competitively, like if you're doing Battle Tower stuff, you might actually train a Shroomish to get one with Spore. And in that case, I get it. So to make that process easier for people, we did decide to give Breloom Spore at 59, but people want it for the actual like main game, and it's so ridiculous. So 59 might even be too early because like you might have it for the Steven fight, and I don't even know if that's fair. Anyway, that is my take on Breloom Spore. It's good. This is a great Pokemon. It doesn't need more. We gave it Brick Break. Actually, we made Sky Uppercut a little bit later because Sky Uppercut's better now. It's got slightly better accuracy. Yeah, as Arrow says, think about this. Parasect in Gen 1 is like a top 15 Pokemon because it has Spore and it's Parasect. Like, you just don't want it. Yeah, Spore Breloom is stupid, says Weebra. And maybe it's stupid. Maybe it's stupid. But again, this was kind of to make it easier for people that want to do Battle Tower stuff. Maybe we'll remove it. I don't know. Shroomer's Bullet Seed.
What are your plans for Servipper? It's a super cool mon but sucks and I always forget he's even in this game. Perhaps give it a speed? Or even Dragon Dance since Game Freak has shown that Reptile equals
Dragon, and I also give it Dragon Tail. Yeah, Dragon Tail's not in the game, but yeah. We gave, just to finish that up, we gave C-Dot Bullet Seed. Felt like the most appropriate one to learn it. But yeah, let's look at Seviper. So Seviper, we've gone ahead. Poison Fang at level 19, Poison Tail at 34. So Poison Fang causes toxic poison, badly poisons Pokemon. That's really good. Glare has been buffed, Crunch is there, and Poison Tail. So Poison Tail is going to be like it's strong, like it's been buffed to be its like 80, 90 power, whatever move, kind of like Sludge Bomb. And I believe it has a high crit chance. We can take a look at that. 85 with whatever Poison Tail's effect already was. It's going to get Super Fang and it's going to get Iron Tail. I think Dragon Dance might be a little bit weird. There's only a few Pokemon that have Dragon Dance, and I think that might be a little too much. But it is Seviper, so I think that's like a back pocket idea to throw on it if it still needs it. Gyarados does get it after all, and Gyarados isn't a dragon. Zangoose, I guess we should probably just take a peek at. Zangoose really is just insane. We actually made its Swords Dance level 45 because they, for some reason, like they made Swords Dance on this thing like level like 15 or something, and that kind of breaks the game. So yeah, it wasn't in Emerald to break the game, but it does break the game in Ruby. So we had to push that back. But Crush Claw is a really good move now. So yeah, 85 damage with a chance to lower defense, and that stab, very good move. I think its PP should probably be 15 though, because 10 is really annoying. Oh, Trevor says any changes to the Aeron line. I'm gonna get to the rest of the super chats in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, you can all bound out to me and my superior intellect because this is a joke. I have given, we have decided to give Aeron Rock Throw.
That doesn't get picked. For example, if neither you or rival pick a Mudkip, Archie steals it and is a Swampert on his team. No one picks Torchic. Cool. Maxie steals it and...
That's actually a pretty fun idea. I've never heard that idea before. That's very creative. I think that's a better idea than a lot of ideas I've seen. However, it might still be a little off-brand for Legacy. Like if this wasn't Legacy, I'd say definitely. Might be a little too much for the game to give an evil team leader a starter, but it would be pretty cool. So definitely something to think about anyway. Thank you. I really like that idea. Anyway, all jokes aside, yeah, I don't know why they didn't give Aeron a rock move before, so we gave it early rock throw. So when you catch it, it'll have rock throw, which is really nice because it's a good move for it, but also it's not good for the gym that you get it for. So it's like, I think, balanced in my opinion. Headbutt is good. Takedown exists. I think we should probably look at Lairon next. Iron Tail pretty early. Rock Slide at 37. 42 is Aggron, and it's going to get Double Edge and a very late Earthquake. So, yeah. Really all this line needed is rock moves. And then we might make Sturdy updated to be modern Sturdy. The thing that I do think the case for Sturdy is that Aggron is better in this game than it is in future games because there's not a lot of fighting and ground moves. So like Aggron can get by, but obviously in Legacy we're going to be making all the trainers better at fighting. Like Brick Break is a TM, obviously Earthquake and Dig are going to go into a lot of Pokemon. So I do think that I do think that there's a case to be made that like because all the other Pokemon are getting stuff that like hurts Aggron, it might need that additional buff just to be able to hang around. Yeah, so that's Aggron. Let's get back to some super chats. We have who do we have here? We have the Wordna says Regirock should set Sand and then Regice should set Hail. I think that could possibly work, but it does make Registeel a little bit awkward. Shadow Dragon says, oh, we've already covered that answer. With Wallace appearing more, asking questions, what determines who will be champion? It goes against your idea. Oh, actually, that is a new question. See, yeah. For Stephen Wallace, with Wallace appearing more, asking questions, that determines who will be the champ. Yeah, I think it's better. Like you said, I mean, you acknowledged it. Like, I think it's better to just make it a very uniform experience. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. Sam says, would you consider giving Spinda access to moves like Thrash, Petal Storm, and Outrage for coverage? It has own tempo, but no real niche. That is a great idea that I actually have not considered. That is really fun. Yeah, it does get Thrash, and I think that Thrash, right? Like Double Edge should be 49, and I think Thrash should be 39, because that's actually a pretty cool niche for Spinda, wouldn't it be? Would be to make it so that it can use Thrash without becoming dizzy. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know about Outrage or Petal Dance, but it's certainly would be neat. So thank you. I like that. And there you go. You have affected the game. Thanks, Sam. Thank you, Glitchmeister, who says, any plans on changing moves to Steel type? Few Steel types get Steel Wing, and only Metagross gets Meteor Mash. Maybe Slam or Spike Cannon. So yeah, Spike Cannon will continue to be a Steel move. We're monitoring Vice Grip. And we're going to give Meteor Mash to a few other Pokemon. I think we've given Meteor Mash to Mawile. It's Mawile, I think, that gets it. Yeah, so 45 Meteor Mash on Mawile feels appropriate. We've given some stuff to Mawile. We've given it like Feint Attack, Metal Claw, Baton Pass, Crunch, Swords Dance, Meteor Mash. It's a pretty good set. We did give it some base stats as well. Sableye also got, I guess Sableye is not right here, but anyway, Sableye got like, they're kind of counterpart Pokemon, so we balanced them accordingly to each other. Yeah, I actually, someone's saying it doesn't make sense. I don't know, like I feel like Mawile Flavor Fleet can learn Meteor Mash. Like to me that actually feels it. I don't know. It just feels okay to me. But I'm open to thoughts. Why does it get 40 level early? Don't worry about that. We still need to make changes to Swallow, Spit Up, and Stockpile, and it's just placeholder stuff for right now. If you're having audio issues, I would say. Oh, so Swallow Up and Spit Up are awful in this game right now. So we just made them relearner for now. That's what they are. If you're having audio issues, just I would recommend refreshing your stream. A lot of people aren't, so that tells me that it's probably on your internet end. Meditite has been giving Rolling Kick, Extra Sensory, High Jump Kick. This thing is going to be an absolute monster when it evolves, which actually Medicham is going to evolve at level 33 now instead of 37. Also, a Pokemon that I didn't mention, but I probably should, is Aeron is going to now evolve at level 30 instead of 32.
What have you done with
Just
Solrock
2 levels
and
earlier,
Lunatone?
but I think that is
I
a
feel
lot
like
for
you
Aeron.
could
I think
give
we should keep
Lunatone
Aggron at
self-water
42,
pulse,
but we
since
felt like
Solrock
Lairon
is
could
flamethrower because the sun
definitely
is hot. It would
be a
make
bit
sense
earlier.
for
So
the moon to give
30,
a
and I
water move
think the
cause of
case
how the
could be
moon
made for
affects.
28. I would almost actually just say let's make that change now. I think 28 and then 14 more levels to Aggron. Like, Aeron's not that good. Yeah, so I think like from 32 to 28 I think is probably reasonable. Let's actually write that down because that's a more significant change. Evolves at 42. So yeah. Moving on from here. 28 makes Lairon also available for the Norman fight, which I agree. Like, I feel like it's a Pokemon you want for the Norman fight. So, would you lower Flygon's levels? I don't think so. Flygon, with these moves we've given Flygon, it's going to be quite good. So I think it's going to be in an okay place. 42, sorry, 28. Aeron evolves at 28. Lairon, sorry, evolves at 42. Yeah, Flygon's pretty crazy. And actually, like, the other 2 lines can provide benefit through the rest of the game. So I think it's all cool. I think that's everything. Okay, so we have Trevor who says, I'm late. Any changes to Aeron? We just hit that. T Greeny, thank you for becoming a member. Or continuing member, I believe. Rune says, can you change Aeron, Aggron, Evo levels? Boom. We've done that. Rogue says, in Japanese folklore, snakes that grow old enough become dragons, so Dragon Dance on Seviper wouldn't be too out there. That's cool to know, actually. Thank you. I'm glad that there is a case for that. And I think I could see it possibly happening in our second round of revisions. Out of pocket idea for Sturdy. If being a focus sash is too much, make it worse version of multi-scale, like 25% less damage at max HP. Yeah, I could see something like that. The only thing is, like, well, I guess it wouldn't. I think that's a great suggestion, and that's definitely something we're considering for Sturdy. Shadow Dragon says, patch idea for much later. Kanto and Johto starter patches. Swap the Hoenn starters for the Kanto and Johto ones. It would be interesting to play. I think that would be really fun, and maybe something we would do. As long as people don't say, oh, he changed the game. Be like, no, this is just a patch. This isn't real. This is an official legacy. For Sturdy, let's be real. Most people think modern Sturdy as opposed to old Sturdy. Yeah, so I don't really like that line of thinking, actually, despite wanting to change Sturdy. Because, I could say, well, a lot of people in that play Gen 2 are going to think that Fire Punch is going to be a physical move. And it's like, no, this game isn't made for those people. This game is made for people that played Gen 3 and are familiar with Gen 3. We want this to be familiar to people that are familiar with Gen 3. So yeah, like modernizing is actually the complete opposite of what we're trying to do. What have you done with Solrock and Lunatone? Okay, that's a great question. Let's look at them, because what have we done? So Solrock is now available. Wait, is it Solrock or Lunatone that's not available in Emerald? Whichever one it is, they're both now available in Meteor Falls, because that's ridiculous. We've got, just gotta hydrate. You know what I'm saying? We've got Solrock with, they've kind of got parallel learn sets. So Lunatone gets Rock Throw and then Hypnosis, while Solrock gets Rock Throw then Flame Wheel. Solrock then gets Meditate, while Lunatone gets Calm Mind. We've got, dude, I've been watching Alt Shift X, and I've been watching so much Alt Shift X, and I could hear my voice. Like, I'm turning into a Canadian accented Alt Shift X. He just talks so calm. We got any Alt Shift X fans? Dude, greatest channel on YouTube. Anyway, I'm just excited. I'm enjoying House of the Dragon. But anyway, I feel like Cosmic Power, Psychic, that's a awkward gap, but maybe for now. Yeah, so Ancient Power, Cosmic Power, Rock Slide, Ancient Power, Cosmic Power, Psychic, then Rock Slide, other way around on Solrock. So there's kind of like equivalents, but like opposites with slightly different moves. Baton Pass are on both, Future Sight versus Solar Beam, and then Explosion on both of them. So slightly different sets, but similar, which I think is stylistically kind of fun for these two to give them, kind of just diving into what they already had before. MX says, why not buff Doom Desire and give it to Absol? Thematically, it would fit and give it a steel move that could be cool. Also, Meteor Mash fits better on Aggron than Mawile. Vice Grip to Steel would be cool for Mawile. Yeah, I think Vice Grip is really for Mawile, so that's definitely that. Possibly Meteor Mash for Aggron. I could see that too. I think that's a good idea. And Doom Desire, yeah, basically that does need to get its type and probably be buffed to 150 power. So, Linka, thank you for all those great ideas, and let's get some hearts in the chat for you. Cool. Yeah, Baton Pass Cosmic Power also pretty good. Did other people like me see Smith on Alt-Shift X's Hot D stream? Yeah, listen, I'm a huge like a Song of Ice and Fire fan, and I'm a big Alt-Shift X fan, and I'm a big fan of A Song of Ice and Fire because of Alt-Shift X. Absol's a hard guy to touch, but I would switch Bite for Feint Attack and add either Grudge or Memento, maybe Curse, since it's an egg move. Actually, Absol's been given everything it needs in the simple change of making Dark physical. It's got 130 attack now. Absol's chilling. Absol's cooked. Yeah, Absol's in a very great spot. So I appreciate the concern, but it's very good. So guys, I hope that this has given you a pretty good idea. I don't know if there's any other Pokemon that you want to look at, but I actually want to get to some of the Pokemon that we haven't touched yet. Moonlight for Lunatone, Solrock for Morning Sun. That is a great idea. I feel like that it would be illegal to not do that. So let's write that down for now. And there's a lot of moves here, so it might need a bit of work. Tropius. Yeah. So Tropius is getting a really good ability, a really good second ability. Thick Fat, which reduces ice and fire moves by half. So we'll take away Tropius's 4 times ice weakness and take away its fire weakness entirely, which I don't think is that OP for Tropius. I think Tropius is in a bad spot, and that ability kind of works for Tropius. Like, it's not fat, but I feel like it's kind of a bulky Pokemon. Yeah, someone's saying like it's genius. This is from a playtester. Just want to, make sure. Like, I just want to make sure everyone knows, like, these are not all coming from me. Probably a small stat buff as well. I don't know if it's gotten one yet. But it is definitely going to. Oh, Greenlee, thank you, says, I missed Super Chat for Masquerain. Doesn't quite make sense by looking at it, but feels like it wants higher attack for its bug flying moves. So, yeah, let's take a look at Masquerain as well. Whirlwind, Signal Beam, Hydro Pump. We're going to give it Hydro Pump, which I think is fun as a reference to it previously being a water type. Or actually think about giving Wallace's gym fight a Masquerain. Feels really fitting, and it would really help him because it's super effective against grass types and psychic types that know Thunderbolt, aka Gardevoir. I thought Tropius was a legendary when I was younger. It does feel pretty significant when you run into one. Like you're going through the woods and it's like Zigzagoon, and then it's like, oh my god, Banana God. Oh yeah, we also buff Masquerain stats to modern levels, 100 special, 80 speed, and it's an Intimidate user. Yeah, I think that's the thing that people forget is they're like, it's not that good. It's like, nah, if you get Intimidate, you're probably good. Don't forget to hydrate, chat. Yeah. Did Manectric get Shadow Ball through TM? We'll probably have to do that, won't we? Because Manectric is a special attacker. Yeah. Tropius looks like it should be strong. And I think losing a 4 times weakness and other weakness will do a lot for it. Because it's got like it's got an immunity to ground. It's got now this. I think like I think Tropius will be in a much better spot. Let's actually just take a peek at Tropius's, just to give you an idea of what it will be defensively now. So you remove Ice and Fire. Sorry, Ice is now 2. So I guess it still does have, it'll have 4 weaknesses, but 1 immunity. I think Tropius will be in a good spot. Or you can still go with the Chlorophyll Tropius and go for like a sweeper. So that's the other thing is it's kind of like a fun trade-off. Like, do you want a more offensive orientated one or a bulkier one? And for Winona, it's really good because she obviously wants a bulkier one. Altaria actually hasn't been given a ton. Feather Dance, Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance at 46. Sky Attack is new. That's really it. And then we just made sure to give Swablu like Air Cutter at 16, so it has a decent flying move because it just had Peck, which was really annoying to use. Takedown. Sing is really Swablu's biggest utility and thing it has going for it. So having an actual move, a move that can actually do damage, will be nice for it. Yeah. So that's it. Is there any other Gen 3 Pokemon we want to look at before moving into some Pokemon that we haven't made changes for? Jumping all over chat. Yes, I am acknowledging that, but that is the intentional thing right now, is to just, if there's anything else we want to see. I really wanted to just give you guys an idea of what we've done before so far. Like, we're going to make official videos covering all these changes, but for this stream, like, this is also part of your guys' input, and I wanted to give you a good idea of what we've done so far so that you kind of have a basis for where we're chilling. By the way, Roselia, great learn set to start. We just gave it a little bit more, and I think we gave Roselia some stats as well. Roselia got like a halfway grade up to Roserade. So it got a little bit more special attack, a little bit more special defense, and maybe a bit more speed. So if you want to take a peek at Roserade stats, what we do for Pokemon that got evolutions later down the line, is we do like a half grade. So it's like halfway between Roselia stats and Roserade's. So Roserade has like 125 special attack and 105 special defense and 90 speed. So we just kind of gave it like a little bit more to help it, but made sure it's still less than Roserade, so that, like, because you don't want it to be Roserade, but you want it to be better than it is because it's not that good. So yeah, it's all good. Will you change Exploud's Evo levels? If we have to, we will, but we might end up just trying to give Exploud good stuff and hope that it works. I think these are Exploud's pre-existing stats. As for Learnsets, we've got, what have we got here? We've got like Stomp, Bite, Crunch, Hyper Voice, Rest, Sleep Talk, Hyper Beam. Oh, we did buffed its stats, I believe. Yeah, okay. We also changed Hyper Voice. Yeah, Hyper Voice is much better. Again, our general thought process is like not going too hard on buffs to begin. Like, this is draft round 1. This is like, okay, what do we think it needs? We go test, we feel the Pokemon out, and then we're like, oh, it's too strong, it's not strong enough, and we go from there. So yeah, I think it did get a bit of stuff. Family would be a buff at Loudred and at the weakest point of the gameplay wise. I can see that too. I'll write that down. Yeah, it might want a bit of stats. Is probably wanting some stats. Let me just take a peek at Loudred and see what we've done for Loudred, if anything. I actually think these are its base stats, but I could see like maybe +5 to a few stats. Oh, okay, so we've given Loudred 5 attack. I think that's actually it. That's all we've done so far. Yeah, I think I'm just seeing. It's kind of out of order in the code, but it's 48 speed, 43 special defense, 71 special attack. I think 5 attack is like, I was like kind of okay with that just off the top of my head, and I think that might be okay. Any changes to Mons like Glalie and Spinda? Yeah, we looked at Spinda already. Having 80 or 65 in every stat makes them kind of meh to use. Yeah, actually, that's a great question. Let's. I think I'm cool with Loudred. Let's. Glalie's weird, right? Because it's just got 80 in every stat. It's got a great learn set now, like Ice Beam and Crunch. I think Icy Wind's even kind of nice. I'm very chill with this learn set. I think I don't. Yeah, Glalie is probably. I don't even know, because that's 480, right? Like that's actually good. I just don't think 80 across the board is good. Like 480 base stat is enough. But yeah, Justin, thank you for 5th month as a champion. One more month to the Master Ball. We're gonna have to add a 1-year member Pokeball. Like maybe it'll be a Premier Ball or something. That would be kind of cool. Only buff it needs is earlier availability. Yeah, I sadly agree. Boost in speed and special attack. Yeah, that's probably what it would want. It wants to levitate. Yeah, I mean, Glalie definitely levitates. I don't know about that, but drop attack by 20 to give speed and special attack. That's actually a... But does it want to keep its crunch? 85 in all stats. That would probably be too much, I think. Just realized Latias had missed ball, which no one ever uses. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to. Here, I'm just going to focus on what I'm on right now. We'll get back to some super chats in a little bit, guys. Just can't get too distracted here. I like making it uniform with 90 and 70s, taking away from its defenses. Yeah, I could see that. Like, what if you even did, like 70 defense, 70 special defense, but 90 special attack, 90 speed? Does Glalie want 90 speed, or I know every Pokemon wants 90 speed that doesn't have 90 speed, but some people are saying 85 in all stats. Why do they insist on trying to make it have some bulk? Yeah, it's really tough to give an ice type bulk, guys. Like, I think that's the thing you need to understand. Or just let it keep 80 speed, but give it 90 attack. So it's like an ice dark mixed attacker. Yeah, it's pure ice type. Just give it a break. Glalie with Levitate is the real buff. Some special defense. Yeah, I mean, you could just, if you gave it 80, like that's the thing, like people like give it 85 and everything. Would that even be that good? Like if this just had 85 stats across the board, what is its level up? I mean, it's just so late in the game, isn't it? 42. And the thing is, like, that doesn't even matter because, like, you're not really going to catch it till it's 42 almost anyway. Give it 70 defense and special. Give it levitate and more HP. Jack of all trades Pokemon always suck. Unless you're Mew, which is then kind of good. 90 everything.
Snorunt could make sense in the Wisma
That would be
Cave
too
if
much.
you want earlier
That would,
distribution.
540 is
If you were splitting it into 2 parts, you could
so
put it in the
much.
part by Verdant Turf Town. It makes sense there cause he gives off Wisma type vibe.
Yeah, I can kind of see Snorunt on the second side of Rust Turf Cave. I'm gonna say like maybe that's an idea. Yeah, what does Frostlass have? I'm curious what they did for Frostlass because I don't think it's the same. Could make it a trade. Actually, that would do a lot for it. Making it a trade would do a lot for it. 20 increase to stats. Give it 600 and make it a pseudo legendary. Yeah, if people are saying Frostlass is more of like a, yeah, like I don't love this either. Part of me would like to not. Part of me would actually like to leave it an all-rounder, and I know that's so annoying. And all-rounders do kind of suck, but like, I almost like that there are a few all-rounder Pokemon. Like Castform, we did change Castform because Castform, in my opinion, really needed it. So like it was 70 across the board for 420, which was really bad. We gave it a little more speed so it can get weather set up. We gave it a little more special attack, a bit more bulk, which is actually like quite a bit for Castform. I don't know, something about me though. What if you just made it 80 across the board? Like what if we did just give it 5 in every? I think Levitate is a small change since Inner Focus is not good ability. No Earthquake would be good for it. I think an all-rounder fits with the intentional design. Like if you did, like I think if you just did, let's just revert this for a second, and maybe we do +5 in every stat. If it got trade XP, because it was a trade, that would actually be. That would be very cool. That would be a neat way to make it better. Plus Levitate. With all this Glalie thematically bulky, I don't get making it any kind of attacker. Ooh, it has rounded stats because it's round like a snowball. 85 would also make it better for an E4 team. +5 makes sense. It's literally all around. Okay, low-hanging fruit. I see. Being all-rounder is so bad for mono ice. Here's the thing, though, guys. Would making it like a special, like making it like a fast special attacker actually be that good for it either, though? Here's the thing. We can always change this, but I want to try. Don't fault me for trying. When I see that it doesn't work in like a month or two, you can say I told you so. But I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool. Like it's a very late evolution. Like for level 42, 510 is not that crazy. Like Flygon, I think is like some of these other where's my boy Flygon? I think Altaria isn't that crazy, but Flygon, like Walrein is another late evolution. Like they get pretty good stats, I think. Like 520 on Flygon for level 45. Flygon's way better than Glalie. 530 on Walrein for level 44 evolution. Like I kind of feel like a level 42 Pokemon should actually probably be closer to 510. Yeah, Walrein has starter stats. Yeah, I mean big starter energy. 42 evolve is part of the problem. Reduced to 36. Flygon is literally Glaze stats plus 20 attack and speed. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Has more stats than Frostlass. Here's the thing, though. Frostlass doesn't exist. Like, you have to think as a Gen 3. Frostlass doesn't exist. It's not a Pokemon from our perspective, right? So that's fine. That we're not trying to balance in that sense. That's the great thing about Legacy. You don't have to worry about future gens because we're just sitting in Gen 3. Yeah, Rhydon's level 42, and he's good. And that's where we put Alakazam and Gengar. Women are not real. I think 90 would be insane. Like I said, the great thing is you can just try this out and say this didn't work. We'll go with the other idea of like more niche. I do think though a great secondary ability would be Levitate. I like that for it. I think as an ice type, it really needs that love. So let's do that. Let's do Levitate. Levitate and +5 in all stats. Okay, someone also says Intimidate. Yeah, I actually, can we talk about Intimidate on Glalie? Personally, I always thought that was one of its abilities. Like I thought in Gen 3, I thought this thing was like, I literally remember thinking Inner Focus or Intimidate. I don't know why people don't like Levitate. Like I feel like this thing comes out and it looks like it's levitating. But it definitely Intimidate. Like that feels pretty good. Too much Intimidate is not good for the game. I agree. But man, I just think both. Like Inner Focus kind of sucks, right? What the, like no flinching or something? From flinching. Like why not both? Like does anyone care about Inner Focus? No. The issue with Levitate is it isn't even weak to ground. Yeah, but ground is a really good type, and I think having that to swap into would be really nice for it. Oh, it feels weird when Levitate is an optional ability. Modern Inner Focus, that it can't have its attack lowered. Intimidate would be annoying on Glacia. Yeah, we would go Levitate. Oh, Bronzor has Levitate as an optional one. Okay. That's excellent to know that it's been done before. I'm kind of going against my own logic a lot right here, but good to know it has been done at least. Heatproof and Levitate. Oh, Bronzong. Let's just do it, man. Like this thing kind of sucks. Why would you ever use Glalie? Well, it has Levitate. It doesn't Intimidate. Cool. Okay, so that would be Glalie. What about your boy Snorunt? So it got, okay, so 300. Oof. Weezing also has Levitate. Okay. Yeah, he looks mad, not focused. I couldn't agree more. As for Snorunt, yeah, like there's no way if you're gonna get this as a early catch, like a trade evo, there's no way you're running 50 in every stat. Like that's terrible. I think. So 300, holy shit, dude. Imagine running this in like the Winona fight. I don't even know if 55 is enough. Yeah, it might have to be a combo of like +5 stats and earlier trade. 300 is weaker than a base form starter. Yes. Base form starters are usually like 320. Okay, I think minimum 60. I think 70 is too much for a first form Pokemon. 360 is not good. But it's tough to make it any more than that. Like, it's really awkward, isn't it? I think you almost have to do like just 60 and then lower its evolution. 62 across the board. I actually like weirdly like that, or like 64. Yeah, I know it is weird, but like 380 feels more usable. Like 380 is weak but not terrible. Give it earlier ice strong stab moves to compensate. That's true too. Yeah, I'd rather buff Learnsets first before doing any more stat changes. But I do think this 60 is a nice place to start. But I think it's gonna also want an earlier evolution. So it's known for having a late Evo. Guys, like, I think the best I can do is... Oh, we actually didn't lower Meditite's evolution. Sorry, that was meant to be 33, I think. I guess I didn't change that. I think the best I can do for Glalie is like 36. 36, 37. Like... 36 is after Norman. Yeah, it would be in time for Winona though. I think that's where you want it, right? Like okay, so just as a heads up, Flannery is now 33, I think. Let's make sure that is correct. Flannery trainer parties. The Flanster is... Sorry. No. Yeah. What? Oh, I don't know why that was... 31. Sorry. Flannery is 31, which is 2 levels more. Norman is 32. Because he's right after Flannery. So that's why that is such just a 1 level boost, but the rest of the team kind of comes up. Fortree is currently sitting at 35 still. But I think that might the last 2 gym leaders went up, so I think like I'll actually just make this change literally right now. Like I think this is probably going to be like a 36 37 cap. Maybe the Glalie moves at higher levels to make an unevolved Snorunt good. I think, yeah, like 37, 36. I think people are all feeling pretty good about that. This isn't set in stone yet, but I think something like probably a 36 Altaria is what we're going to be seeing. So, yeah. How do I, like, move over? And why can't I move over? That's really annoying. There we go. Cool. So, okay, let's go with a 36 Snorunt for now. I think that is probably Snorunt 60 stats evolves at 36. Okay, this is fun. We found a Pokemon that really needed some work. And Snorunt, early moves. Double Team, Bite, Icy Wind, Headbutt. I'm going to remove Protect because we don't want to add any more Pokemon that can cheese Norman. I think that would be bad overall for the game.
Thoughts on putting an NPC at the top of the Poke Center that gives you 99 rare candies? It's out of the way so it doesn't interfere with the ethos of Emerald, but also removes grind.
Yeah, we haven't done that in any of the, oh my goodness, any of the other games, but we'll probably just, like what we did again, is just give people codes, as we did in the other games. I think that's the best way to go about it. But thank you for all the donos. So yeah, there'll be a rare candy code that you can enter. I think Glalie can get like a later protect, or it can just be in Glalie's learn set. But yeah, like Crunch and Ice Beam, like I think we want to bring that into, oh, it's already there. Icy Wind, Headbutt, Crunch, Ice Beam. Aurora Beam in the 20s. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yep, you're cooking. You get the assignment. Aurora Beam. I think that's spelled correctly. So give him huge power. Icy Wind is better than Aurora Beam. Has Icy Wind been buffed? It might be. So Aurora Beam 65 though. You could say it's better, but I think Aurora Beam just doing more power, it still feels kind of upgradable. Should Salamence be fully evolved at 45 like Metagross, or even 48 just to match Garchomps? There's definitely a possibility, but where I stand now for like a preliminary test is like leave it as is, because the levels of all the Pokemon are going to go up, and Bagon is going to be available first run through Meteor Falls. So that's a buff in and of itself. You're still going to be able to catch your level 35 before the. I think it's okay. I think it's okay as like an initial test. I want to leave it at 50 before. Salamence is really good. Yeah, it's better compared to Dragonite. I could see a 48, but probably would, like I said, good for now, and if it needs it. Crunch got replaced by a second Headbutt. Thank you. Aurora Beam, then Ice Beam. It is kind of... Yeah. Right. So let me just go back to moves. Battle moves. Oh my god, I hate that it does that. Craig would be here to tell me, hey, you're stupid. Just do this to move across the tabs. Aurora Beam. 65 has a 10% chance to lower attack. Icy Wind. Oh, dang, we really buffed Icy Wind, huh?
Super happy
100%
to catch
speed down.
Stream with you.
Okay.
A little late to the party, but how
wow.
are you guys
I didn't realize it was that strict. I thought there was like a trade-off.
While still avoiding the PSS
that's just in line with our Gen 2 changes. So maybe Aurora Beam can be earlier, and then at 24 you get Icy Wind, which does the same power but guarantees a speed down, which is quite good. Icy Wind's nice for that. Then Crunch, then Ice Beam. So you'd probably want to run like Ice Beam, Crunch, Icy Wind, and like, I don't know, something. Early Hail with upgrades would be nice. Yeah, actually that would be kind of cool to give it a little bit of a Hail niche, wouldn't it? What if we gave it like level 13 Hail? My bad. 13 Hail. Yeah, so for people asking, I'm using Visual Code Studio to do this coding. Basically, people have condensed Pokemon Emerald into this code. That's the Pret team. They're awesome. It's Poke Emerald disassembly. And so we have all the data. And so it's very simple to just go in and do stuff like this, where you're literally just, okay, this is its learn sets, and you just got to fit it in correctly. Like, you got to spell everything right, and, but like, yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, Pret is very goated. We love Pret. Literally, like, the entirety of this project stands on the shoulders of the Pret team. So always huge shout out to them. They made this possible for us. So yeah. Yeah, what is up with it not having Icicle Spear? That's a move in this game, right? Gosh dang it. Battle moves being all weird over there. Spear. That is in this game. Do people know that we are buffing Hail and Sandstorm? Oh, we are buffing Hail and Sandstorm probably. Yes. So 25 multi-hit move is pretty good. Minimum you're doing 50. Max you're doing 125. Shelder, Swinub, Seal, Corsola. Who does get the spheres? Oh yeah, an Ice Ball. Ice Ball's like rollout, right? Effect rollout. And Glalie gets Ice Ball? Did we remove Ice Ball? Isn't that like Glalie's signature move? Or am I a buffoon? Either I'm a buffoon or Game Freak is a buffoon. Why do I feel like it's Game Freak? Oh my god, it doesn't learn Ice Ball. It's Walreign's signature move? What? You gave the Walrus? Like, I get that Spheal could do an Ice Ball. It's literally a ball. I get that, sure, Celio looks like it could tort its body to do a ball, and it is the ball roll Pokemon. But Walrein? I don't know, buddy. I love you, but I'd be surprised to see that thing doing a ball. And yet, the face Pokemon that is a ball of ice does not learn Ice Ball. Seal bouncing balls is a trope. I know. Glalie is they throw an Ice Ball. No, because it's rollout. Like, I thought that too. I thought it was like throwing an Ice Ball, but it's literally rollout effect. There is no way it's not perform. Like, listen, I'm going to throw hands. I'm going to throw hands if it says that they throw a ball of ice. Description. The user continually rolls into the foe over 5 turns. Yeah. Come on. Makes contact in the game. In the anime, it never makes contact with body. Also, instead of double curl doubling, hail doubles. Sure. That is for the document. Thank you. It's just a giant ice ball in the anime. Does not say they throw. I don't see anything about continually rolls into the target. Last one. Lasting 5 turns. 5-turn attack, successive hits. Colo XD. Colo. In Legends Arceus. Oh, I didn't see. The user hurls a chunk of ice at the target, then becomes fixated on using this move. I don't know, guys. Auras. A 5-turn rolling attack. In Fire Red Leaf Green, it says it's a rolling attack. What kind of move retcon is that? Thank you, Weebra. Yeah, I don't like Auras either. But listen, even Fire Red Leaf Green, which is the closest game, does say rolling. Ruby Sapphire Emerald just doesn't say. It just says a 5-turn attack that gains power. Ice Ball is the only ice-type move to not be usable in Pokemon Sword and Shield. That is a fun piece of trivia. But this move is so... Oh, shut the hell up. Look at this. Walrein using Ice Beam. But... Oh! Okay. Alolan Sandslash does the rollout. The user continually rolls into the target or hurls a chunk of ice at the target. So Pokemon can use it differently. Yes, Alolan Sandslash. Now we don't gotta fight. No, it's not that. It's this. Guys, have we ever considered it's both? Okay. Listen, I still think Walrein's version is stupid. Like, it starts shooting on Ice Ball and then becomes fixated on using the move. I can spam Flamethrower all I want. It's doing the same power. It opens its mouth and creates a ball of ice that launches the opponent. The move is used 5 times, and each time the ice ball gets bigger. Okay, I guess I get it because, like, you make the ball, and then you kind of make it again, but it's bigger. The bigger it is, the longer it takes to charge up. Creates a ball of ice that launches the opponent. The move is used 5 times in a row. Jumps in the air and rolls up into a ball as the body's closed. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Ice Ball Walrein version is stupid, but I'll allow it. Okay. Actually, Colton just changed my mind. It's like a seal playing with a ball at the zoo. Okay. Valid. So true. Go off, bestie. So we're gonna give Glalie Ice Ball. How about that? Should we do Ice Ball instead of Aurora Beam and then move Icy Wind back? Yeah, either way makes sense on Glalie. But yeah, as someone said, like DJ's like, maybe it could get the defense curl buff. What if it got hail buff? Like it doubles power in hail. Because one gets one gets the other. I like Icicle Spear over Icy Wind. Oh. One gets one, the other gets the other. Oh, we just spent so much time justifying. Wait, but Snorunt shouldn't learn. Only Glalie would learn Ice Ball. We can agree on that, right? Doubling it with Hail seems OP. It might, yeah. Ice Ball on Walrein and Icicle Sphere. Ice Ball on Walrein and Icicle Sphere make them egg moves for the other. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So what if we remove Aurora Beam, actually, and then 24 is Icicle Sphere? And then Ice Ball is a Glalie relearn move. How about that? That's kind of cool. So you can relearn Ice Ball on Glalie if you want it. Or egg move? No, I think it should do a relearn. Icy Wind hits both targets. Yeah, Icy Wind, I do think Icy Wind is going to be a little bit too strong for Gen 3. Like, we buffed it to 65 power because it was the 7th gym leader's TN, and it was just kind of like 55 power just didn't feel like enough on it. But, you know, we're not like totally strict on making sure all 3 games are the same. We're more like into just balance. And because Icy Wind is a double battles, like it drops speed on both users. I do think, like, I'm just going to make a note, like Icy Wind is, you know what? I'm just going to lower Icy Wind to back to 55. It's just a little too much to hit both Pokemon for lower speed. 45 in base game? No, it's 55. Lowered Icy Wind back to 55 because on both in doubles. And that's a really good move, but I don't think it should have 65 power. Okay. I love this. This is really good. This is what we need, guys. I think we're in a good spot. Did we want to give Icicle Spear to Walrein? Oh wait, does it have better accuracy? I think it actually should go back to 95 if it's hitting doubles. Like it's, dude, to lower the speed on both Pokemon, it doesn't need a buff. Like it's really good. So this isn't a nerf. This is just how it is. Accuracy back to 95. I know you're gonna hate it, Arrow, but it needs to be. Even accuracy should stay 95. Yeah, totally agree, Joshua. And then Walrein, Icicle Sphere, like as a also relearn move. So yeah, cool. So one like each one's relearn is the other one's like kind of signature-ish move. No, going back to Glalie for a second. I just need to normalize these between each other. So Blizzard, Hail. Icy Wind, Headbutt, Crunch, Ice Beam. Oh, I see. There's 2 Hails. Okay, we'll remove that. I think we'll actually leave that late Hail. Is that weird? Ice Beam at 36. Let's later Glalie on teams know it. Yeah, that's very valid. And I want Snorunt to be able to get it early. Oh, and also Arrow asked, where would we put Hail? Or sorry, where would we put Snorunt? I think Snorunt should probably go Mauville or like as far as Flannery town. Oh, Sandstorm removed off Flygon. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's at least just for now we'll just give it back as at least a relearn. And that's like again that's placeholder. We can change it more. Yeah, Arbok, we have actually discussed Dusk Talks and Beautifly probably the first 25 minutes of the stream. But thank you for the donation. We got some nice cookage for you. Sorry, we've already done it. I think. Oh, Sneasel could get Icicle Sphere too. Yeah, Sneasel would actually really like Icicle Sphere, wouldn't it? Ice Punch makes sense for it. It doesn't really need Icy Wind, but it's a good move. I'm pretty happy with that set for now. I know thematically, I could actually see Icicle Spear instead of Ice Punch. Yeah, the level 1s are there for testing balance anyway. Yeah. Game, but allows us to test it on later games with Relearner. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think this is okay. I don't think this is perfect. I think this is gonna. I just think this needs to be tested. I don't. Yeah, actually, I have Ran Sneasel. It's on the Soot route, and it's decent. But yeah, Spear does theme better than Punch, but did we add in Piloswine yet? We actually haven't found a spot for Piloswine. And, if we knew where we were putting this line, it would probably be easier to balance it. Because, yeah, we haven't touched its learn set. So that's a great question. Where should we put Swinub or Piloswine? Oh, I don't know. The cave with all the ice Pokemon. Shoal Cave is actually fitting since we plan on giving it thick fat. Late game ice type. I know. It sucks, but it's really the only place, isn't it? Yeah, so we wanted to put Sneasel like kind of early. So we put Sneasel on the Soot route, just to get another ice type early. I think it's fine that Walrein. Oh, actually, we're talking about maybe putting Steel somewhere else. This is what I mean when I talk like we're looking at Pokemon balance, but because all these things are connected, we kind of got to look at wild encounters and yeah. Swinub. Was there encounters in the Reggie Caves? Probably too late. Yeah, Spiel wants to play on the beach in Slateport. That's kind of what we were talking about. Maybe.
I lied. One more Dono. What is going on?
If you
with
raise the
Grumpy?
levels on them in
He's
late
just
game, it doesn't
worse
feel
than
bad
the
to
Abra
add
and
them since
Road
no stat
lines in
XP.
basically every way.
Yeah.
Emerald, stats,
And it's just like
moves,
I
distribution,
never hate like a
etc.
free late game pickup. And offensively, like ice and ground is great. Like that's such a nice Pokemon to pick up. Or Swinub on the Spoink route. I hate that kind of makes sense because like it doesn't make sense because it's like why would an ice type be on the side of a volcano? But at the same time, like I kind of get where you're coming from. Oh, we actually put Spoink on Route 116, which is just above Rustboro. So like you can get a Spoink. So Spoink replaces the Abra location just above Rustboro before that gym. And then Abra is going to be still in Granite Cave, but it's just not before the first gym, which kind of figured like it pushes Abra back in a non-meaningful way because like you're not going to get Kadabra before the first gym anyway. So it doesn't matter where it is really. Spoink ratios the fraud Abra. Spoink does ratio Abra. Unless it's Gen 2 Abra, because Gen 2 Abra would learn 3 elemental punches, and then it would ratio. But in Gen 1 or Gen 3, I will accept that comment. Tested that out on ROM with Spoink. Felt really nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, and Abra before Gym 2. Like, yeah, it's one of the best Pokemon in the game. The beach near Meteor Falls makes sense for Spiel. Dude, Spiel's just so cute. Is Spiel the cutest Gen 3 Pokemon? Name me a cuter Pokemon than Gen 3 Spiel. I'm open, but I don't think so. Skitty is like too on the nose cute, and any actual cute Pokemon are just not cute. I mean, Torchic is yeah. Those blue Pichus, those are cute. Mudkip is kind of cute. Trapinch, no way. Snorunt, no way. Swablu, yeah, Swablu's up there. Dude, I'm just gonna top 10 cute Pokemon. The 5 cutest Pokemon in every game. Cutest dude, that would be such a funny video. Is just cutest Pokemon in every game. Instead, like we've done like strongest Pokemon in every game, best starter in every game, cutest Pokemon. Sunkern, objectively measured. I used these 9 metrics and had a double blind. Extra placebo, no SIBO, whatever. Yeah, there is a cuteness contest, and it's probably anyway. This is fun, guys. I love chatting. We're just nerding out, and it's the best. And I'm grateful I can still do this at 28 because I've been doing YouTube for a real long time. Been doing YouTube since I was like 16. I got 3 other channels, kind of. So I'm glad. This is fun. This has been a really fun project for me. This whole channel. Also, just while we're just chatting before we get back into this, a week or 2 ago, I got recognized for this channel, and I've definitely been recognized before for my other channels, but I've never been recognized for this channel. And I was like, damn, it's real. A guy came up to me at the gym and he's like, hey, are you like SmithPlays Pokemon? And I was like, what? And I was like, and I had to ask him. I was like, oh, like, do you know my other channels? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, the reason I ask is because I've never been recognized for SmithPlays Pokemon before. So I don't know. It was just cool to me. Sorry, I don't know. Was that weird? But yeah. Make Feebas harder to find. Is feel girly pop? I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Where are we going to put Swinub? I feel like it has to be Shoal Cave. I hate it. There's so many Shoal Cave. Low Tide Stairs Room. Low Tide Lower Room. Low Tide Inner Room. Low Tide Entrance Room. Ice Room. Stairs Room. Okay, so they're all... Oh. Okay, so we want... I think we want Entrance Room. How did a pig get to a secluded underground cave island? Swinub before Watson would be really convenient, though. Meteor Falls. Man, it's a tough ad. I think no matter what, let's add Piloswine to the entrance room for now at like 114455. Let's add Piloswine at 10%. And we'll make it level 35. 36 to 34? Okay, I'm going to get to some of these super chats. You guys keep telling me what you think. Glitch Master says Ice Ball somehow makes contact in the games. In the anime, it never makes contact with the body. Also, instead of defense curl doubling, hail doubles. Arbok, yes, we have discussed Dustox and Beautifly. I guess I'm caught up. I lied. One more dono was going with Grumpig. Oh, sorry, Apex. I just got to that. But yeah, we've added Spoink earlier. And it's gonna get some better moves and stuff as well. So thank you for the dono. And Wordness says make Swinub a trade before Watson. Yeah, I think I'd rather give that to Snowrun. I'd rather give that to a Gen 3 Pokemon. Would you consider giving shiny Pokemon to certain enemies as an anime reference? Shiny Metagross for Steven or shiny Swellow for Winona? I don't think it's off the table, but we've got a lot of things to consider before we get to there. So but to answer your question, yes, I've definitely thought about it. And I think I just don't feel certain yet. Like, I just think we need a built game before I want to make that decision. And I don't know why, but I don't feel like we're ready to make those calls. Yeah, sweet. Thanks, guys. There should be unique Pokemon in the Shoal Cave. West of Mauville for Swinub. Is Piloswine in the ice room, in the other room Swinub? Yeah, maybe that would be more fitting. So like 28 to 30. The only thing is we're going to bring these levels up. So like these aren't adjusted levels. Like these are probably going to be closer to like 36. And Shoal Cave is good change if it near level of your team. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it because it's just the levels, you know. But we can also we could even make Piloswine here. Let's make Piloswine 5% at 34 to 36. And like I said, we'll take Liza 42. So if you got a level 36 Piloswine, that'd be kind of nice. Not that it would be great, but it would be good against Claydol, I guess. And then we'll do Swinub like 28 to 30 at 10%. Are we adding Sneasel and Swinub because Glacier has no ice types? James, welcome to the stream. Yes. Yes, there's 2 ice Pokemon in the game outside of legendaries. So yes. Good into Claydol. Oh, that's true. Zatu's also weak. Yeah. I was just thinking ground wasn't good because there's 3 flyers. But yeah. Zatu's also weak to ice. Yeah. Actually, an icy wind would be a very nice leading move in that fight. I think you could do much worse moves than lead with an icy wind. Any plans to add stairs? Probably won't change the map. Remember, Swinub is a boar. That is more important for its location than being an ice type. Also, there should be more in-game trades like Shuppet or Banette. Yeah, those two I don't know if we're making progress. Like, I feel like we're making progress tonight. We're just sitting in the cook. I do think that's a really good point. Like, think of Swinub more as just like a boar. And if you think about it in that way, if we just think of it as like a boar, where would we put it? That's a great way to Oops. Yeah, what do we think, guys? Fits in the desert. I think game needs good late game pickups. Yeah. The other reason that I like it as a late game pickup is you're adding it to the game, but the ads shouldn't step over the importance of the Pokemon that already exist in the game. Like, Piloswine is very much a Glacia thought. And I think, like, you should try to put up Spheal and Snorunt before trying to put Piloswine super early. So, although someone just said, like, Meteor Falls and Elka, like, I do... Gen 3 not having stat XP makes, like, game ads way more possible. Totally. Safari Zone, Cave, Meteor Falls. We've kind of added a lot to Meteor Falls already. Like, we brought back Soul Rock, Lunatone, one of them, and we added Bagon. I don't know if we want to add another Pokemon. We were thinking Mawile here as well. Oh, Mawile is a possible Meteor Falls encounter. That was the other one. John makes a really good point. I think we should all be kind of aware of is, like, Meteor Falls has become a dumping ground for anything that doesn't feel tropical. Yeah, and I think Meteor Falls is going to lose its vibe if you do that. And I think Meteor Falls should probably really try to stay special. So, you know, the two, like, Lunatone and Solrock are great. Bagon's obviously great. I think Mawile fits in there really nice. But yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon that it's like, well, it doesn't fit anywhere else, so Meteor Falls. Mid-tier Falls. Outside of Meteor Falls North End, or take mons that can swim out Shoal Cave and put them elsewhere to put land-based in there. Grass area where Spoink was found on the side of the volcano. Yeah. Guys, I think for now, like, we've added Sneasel. We've added... we're going to add an early Snorunt encounter. We might do an early Spheal encounter too. I think for now, it's probably best to put those Pokemon up. And Piloswine might just be great as, like, a late game ad. So I think for now, added Piloswine and Swinub to entrance. And that's also entrance. That's so easy. You don't have to go, like, grind for it. It's just there. To entrance of Shoal Cave at 5 and 10%. Arbok says, I think Route 113 for Swinub. Ash Cloud makes the route cold, and it's a bit more forested, and Jagged Pass for Snorunt. High altitude equals cold. I don't know if either of these were seen. Yeah, actually, I do think the fact that it is like a mountain still, you could argue that a ice type could be up there. So I'm going to just take that as an idea to, like, remember. More so for Swinub, for Snorunt. Maybe Swinub, but like I said, we've already added in Sneasel. Area around Fortree, maybe. I do kind of agree with Arrow. Like, I think keep it simple. So there's the ideas. We've got it all laid out. We've got it on the board. We'll sit in it, I think, for now. And this is the first rounds. We'll get back and make some changes. I feel like there was another dono. Thank you again, Arbok. Seeing you been appreciating the suggestions. It was Taijurai, right? Absol is a hard guy to touch, but I would switch Bite for Feint Attack and at either Grudge or Memento. I feel like that was a really old thing that I already commented on. But yeah, Absol special moves, chilling. Chrissy Turner, thank you for the subscription. DJ Hawk, thank you for the subscription. And Super Crunch, thank you. Altering Cave is going to get a lot of the post-game Pokemon, so there's nothing we can do about that. Yeah, that's pretty old. But anyway. Is there any Pokemon we are considering adding for type diversity? Can go to the list. Let me see if I can just pull it up real quick. Home distribution. We've got our home distribution chart here. Yeah, so other Pokemon we were considering adding. So Sneasel and Piloswine are like the ones I want more than Jinx. There was some talk about Pineco Fortress. I don't feel the need to add them in because I don't know what they're going to do. It is another steel type, I suppose, but yeah. And that's exactly a Gooter King. Like adding Pokemon does take away from the original Hoenn. The only time we're gonna do it is for scenarios where there's 2 ice types in the game and there is an Ice Elite 4 member. It's like, what do you really want us to do? Like you kind of have to add them in for that. I do think yeah, early trade for Snow Runts, early catch for Spheal. I think that's probably what we're going to do, Wordna, for first lineup. I think that is probably... Also, congrats on your 20th Super Chat. You be chatting. I think that's good. I hated a 5 Pokemon team of 2. Yeah, so... Personally, although I do have Ghost highlighted here as red as, like, danger... I do think that Hoenn has enough ghost types. Like, previous games only had 1, effectively 2 in Crystal. Ghost type isn't a type that wants like 80 Pokemon. It's chillin'. Like, Ghost type is good. Dragon type with 4 is probably good. Like, Steel, even with 5, is probably fine. Grovyle and Sceptile are not going to be Dragon. For Dark types, we have thought about adding Murkrow and Houndoom. Yeah, a lot of people think Misdreavus needs to be added to the game, and I just don't really understand that reasoning. Like, I just think I'd rather... It's just no. Like, I don't think we're going to add Misdreavus to the game. Like, I think I'm at the point where that's a very hard no for me. Even though it's not even in Gen 2... It just doesn't add anything to the game that Banette or Dusclops alterations can't add. I think that all that does is just take away from those 2 Pokemon. And Gengar even more. Like Gengar is like, if you tell me to add Gengar in, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to light you on fire. Sorry, but love you. Yeah, like we're just adding a ghost because we want a ghost type. And that's not why we want to do that. Yeah.
Idea. Early game Sableye for mixed defense ghost / dark.
Yeah, so I really don't like Quillfish either because it's another water type.
For hyper offense ghost.
Yeah, so we actually have looked at Sableye and we want it to be long-term viable. So we've actually just given it like some good moves and a better learn set. And I think that's enough for Sableye. Yeah. For Ghost is more Pokemon for Phoebe, but like Shedinja. Exactly. That's the thing, is there's 4 Ghost type in Emerald. There's only 2 Ice types. And it might actually be thematically appropriate to like let both of them keep a repeat. Like to me, it's like that is still part of their thing. So like making it a little better so that it's not like 3 Walreins, but like, you know, maybe keeping in a repeat on both of them is better for the fight as a whole. We actually like Ninetales and Medicham on Phoebe upon reflecting on Phoebe. I think that would be so cool. Like actually Ninetales and Phoebe, wow, that it doesn't make sense, but like it does, you know? Ninetales and Medicham on Phoebe. Like I like that more. Had to make a Gengar. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, they're both Mount Pyre Pokemon. Oh, and she's from there. That's really cool. I like Elite Four when they're not so strict about their typing. Like Agatha and Lorelei. Actually, I know Koga's not that good, but Gen 2 Koga, Karen, a lot of them actually don't have like a single type, and I think they're more interesting fights because of it. Bruno. I didn't want to say Bruno, but yes, Bruno too. Kaimeko to Tate and Liza. Kaimeko will go to Tate and Liza. Lance, actually, that's a great point. Yeah, Gen 2 Lance. Gen 1 kind of as well, yeah. Yeah, E4 members with a theme instead of a typing are more interesting and allow for more challenge. I think the game is at its best. And Gen 3 didn't do that, I think, to the game's like own issue. Like, I think of Phoebe with Dusclops, Sableye, Banette, Medicham, Ninetales would actually be like such a more memorable fight. I know Shedinja exists, and while I like Shedinja, it is kind of bad, isn't it? Like as a offensive, like on an NPC's team, Shedinja's only good when it's really on. I suppose there's probably cases where Shedinja could be really difficult to deal with. I just think people think like, oh, Shedinja's cracked, but it's like, no, Shedinja is cracked when it's on your team. It's kind of like Gyarados. Like Gyarados is not offensively that hard to deal with, but it's really hard. It's really good when it's on your team because you know how to use it. Why would Phoebe have Medicham? Because it's Mount Pyre. Gen 2 intended whether to make monotype teams better and then barely used it. Yeah. Is a hard wall if you don't have one of its 7 weaknesses. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather have type specialists not go full monotype than repeat the same Pokemon multiple times, which is where Phoebe and Glacier suffers. Yeah. Focus Sash Shedinja. How about Sturdy? Updated Sturdy Shedinja. I believe that old lady is her grandma. That's actually very interesting. Like that gets me. That's like a team that makes me kind of excited. Like, oh, that's cool. Tate and Liza are going to use 5 Pokemon. Probably with Kaimeko. It's going to be a similar fight plus Kaimeko and a buffed Kaimeko. Kaimeko is really the only psychic type that makes Tate and Liza better. Psychic. There we go. Gardevoir sucks all the oxygen out of the room of whatever team it's on. And it's Wally's Pokemon. So Gardevoir is no. Alakazam is the exact same thing. Like they're both just so good they become the ace. Medicham does actually pass the vibe check for Tate and Liza. I won't lie. Grumpig does not check the vibe. Like Tate and Liza are like mystical more than they are psychic, if that makes sense. Like I feel like they've got like a deeper theme than just strictly psychic types. Like Lunatone and Solrock, are just a little more than just psychic types. Same with Claydol. And actually, like, same with Xatu, for that matter. Starmie actually... I think Starmie would pass the vibe check for Tate and Liza too, but we've got other plans for Starmie. I just think like Kaimeko. Wobbuffet, nah. Like, man, that's such a clean team. Claydol, Xatu, Lunatone, and Solrock. That is just so good. And I think Kaimeko is the perfect ad. Kaimeko? Do you guys say Chimiko? How do you guys pronounce Kaimeko? Yeah, it's never even been nominated. Oh, it's also got Levitate, so perfect. Chime, Echo. Chai, Meko. Dude, I'm gonna shoot myself. Listen! I was 12 years old when I looked at this Pokemon and said, Kaimeko. You've all done it too for a certain Pokemon. Thank you to the people that said Kaimeko. I don't know. Kaimeko. 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 Yeah, my Kaimeko team. Don't support him on this. Dude, I'll always love the argument though if people are like, no, you got to say it like how it's said. And then you go to this. I think this is Pokemon Challenges that did this bit, but it's like, yeah, like you're saying the Pokemon wrong. Like you got to say it like how you'd say it. And he's like, oh, so Blastus. Dude, oh my god, that's so stupid. I can't even say it seriously. But yeah, like this is Blastus. Because tortoise, right? Dude. Tortoise, Blastus. Dude. Oh my god. Oh, dude, that's such also such a good Shed Ninja. Dude, I literally can't even say it. It's so funny. Oh my god. I mean, that one doesn't even make sense. It's just funny. Listen, chat. We do have to have a discussion on this Pokemon, though. 1 for Rayquaza, 2 for Rayquaza. I'm gonna get ready to throw hands. Okay, I'm seeing more 1s than 2s. I'm seeing more 1s. Listen, it's Rayquaza. I don't care. I don't care about this one. I'm pretty sure it is Rayquaza, but Rayquaza. I don't care. It's Rayquaza. Don't care what the official is. I don't care what the anime says. I don't even care what Archie's soundbite, whatever. Oh god. Okay. Weber says on the topic, please pronounce. I didn't really play around the generation that this Pokemon came out. Alomomola. Alohomora. This name pronunciation discussion makes me want to click Memento. Hi, Reggie. Oh, it's a Gen 5 Pokemon. Okay. Alola Mola. You said Alola Mola? Dude. Oh my god. Alola Mola. Dude. Okay, I had a bad one as a kid. Okay. Listen, you can't fault, like, this was me at like 5 when I first saw this Pokemon. Rattata. This is Rattata. Not ra-tat-a. It's Ratta. There's an extra A between the two T's. It's Rattata. 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 Ratatouille. I called him Rat-a-tat-a. Yeah. Rat-a-tat. Dude, it's so good. It's rata 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 Dude, what is happening to this stream? I think it's Rattata. There's no way it could be Rattata. It could be Rattata, but there's no Rattata. Rat-atta. This stream has gone off the rails, chat. Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat. Okay, I think we have to call it there. I don't think I can come back to a serious discussion. We made progress today, though, I do think. I do think we made a lot, like, we made nice progress on some ice types. Breloom will learn Spore at a very late level, in post-game, probably. How do you feel about giving Zangoose guts? Oh, it makes sense until you look at what Zangoose is, and I think I think it would simply be too much. That's a good question, though. Someone just needed to donate to, like, get this back on. Cat ferret Pokemon. Immunity. Oh no, that's too appropriate. That's exactly perfect for what this Pokemon's lore. You can't remove that, unfortunately. It does get a worse guts, yes. Not really, because you still take poison damage when you have guts. It's a mongoose. No, it is a rat. It is a cat. It is a rat. It is a cat-a-tat-a-ta. Yeah, Facade Zangoose. Nah. Yeah, Zangoose is already busted, but it does look like a Pokemon that would get it. Heracross. Okay. Let's look at Heracross. Thank you. This Pokemon probably just wants Crystal Legacy treatment, and I don't know where this goes, but something like 34 Twin Needle. Is that how you spell Twin Needle? Is it just one? I think it's just one. Yeah. Early bug move. Really just needs cut, yeah. Doesn't even need that, just needs pin missile. Oh, yeah. Is it 2? Anorith. Yeah, cut is a bug move now. I think it's just 1, guys. Pin missile does feel better, though. And we did give it Twin Needle. Should we? I know Twin Needle feels weird. It is really all it needs. It's like, this isn't what we did. I mean, we really cooked the bug types in Gen 1 and 2. Like, we did. Here's the thing, is like, it was just in the other. I'm gonna do Twin Needle for now because that's our Heracross. That's our boy. So let's do 15 and 19 Pin Missile. That's basically good, man. Like, all this thing really needs is like Break and a strong punk move, and it's good. Heracross is pretty cracked. Oh, Cross Chop. I do like myself a late Cross Chop. I think what we did last time is we'll move Reversal to like 41, Mega Horn to maybe 45, so you have it for Sydney, and then like a 50 Cross Chop is probably. That's pretty Crystal Legacy. I think that's probably it. Oh, Zangoose, yeah, Zangoose is a bad man. Oh, Heracross has good abilities. I've never used Heracross. I didn't actually know it was in this game until I started researching for Emerald Legacy. Oh, damn. Swarm or Guts? Wow. 49 Cross Chop. I don't know why, but I just agree. You're just right. It like, look at that. That just feels clean. Man, Heracross is good. Did not know it gets Guts. Even Swarm, yeah, you're right. Like, I know Swarm is kind of tricky, but even Swarm, when a Pokemon, the move's power is increased by 50% if you have 30 HP. Like, that's good. That's good. My favorite set is actually Salac Berry, Swarm, Reversal, Endure. Ooh, that's cooked. Yeah, Heracross deserves to be stacked though. Like, Heracross is Heracross, man. Like, let the man cook. He's a late catch. It's the starter ability for bugs. Yeah. No, I'm familiar with Swarm. I didn't know what Heracross learned. Hitmontop is the only Gen 2 fighting type not to get Guts. Well, there's only there's only 2 fighting types, Gen 2 fighting types. Oh, and Tyrogue? So that they collectively have the Pokemon nostalgia factor when played in order rather than being built in a vacuum. Yes. Like, if we can make them the equivalent, we will. The problem is just that, like, the games are different. And so it's more important to balance for the game than making all the games the same. Because there's just some moves that didn't exist in Gen 1. So we had to, like, change things to make the game balanced. Yeah. So I like that for Heracross quite a bit. We really didn't get to a ton of Pokemon tonight, but I feel like we did a pretty good job. I almost feel like the stream is going to need to continue because we made nice changes to existing Pokemon, but we never got to anything in Kanto, which I haven't touched Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon. Yeah, guys, don't worry about Mawile. It's good. We looked at it in the stream. You'll have to go back because we've covered so much. So a lot of you guys are acting stuff that we've already talked about. And this won't be the final video either because we're going to make a final video that covers all the changes. That's all right. I enjoy Hitmontop. I just want to have a little fun. Meryl, let's look at Meryl before we wrap this up. Don't care about Azumarill. No one's catching Azumarill. Like, you can catch Meryl earlier, so whatever. Not my problem for now. Water Gun, level 10. Rollout. That's insane. Rollout is so strong. Bubble Beam, 21. But what do you evolve at 18? So we'll have to normalize these. Belly Drum. Jesus, man. It just doesn't have any really strong physical moves. Superpower. Body Slam. Okay, we got 2 playtesters for Superpower. What level for Superpower is the question? Because I do agree that is very fitting. I think what I would do is move Bubble Beam down to 21, Double Edge to 26. That's early, but like it's already early at 30. Well, 34 is actually not that crazy. 38. I think what I would do. Okay, we just don't want Rain Dance for the Flannery fight because that would be too broken. So, but maybe. You think we can go earlier on the Double Edge Arrow and then move Rain Dance to like 34, so you'll never have it for Flannery, but it's not long after Flannery. Super, and then like Superpower like here. It's very appropriate with huge power. Or wait, no. Azumarill doesn't have huge power. Azumarill has huge power. Is it Meditite that has pure power? It's the exact same thing. It just has a different name. I never knew that. It's obviously Azumarill has huge power, but yeah, it's Meditite I think that has pure power. There hasn't been a super in a bit, and I really like the progress here. But keep it doing great. Big props for putting up with us tonight. No, it's all good, dude. Tidra, you're literally like just so ridiculously generous. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. Corsola. Yeah, that's a Pokemon that needs some love. I don't know if we're gonna get to it, but possibly we'll take a peek. Clay. Also, man, 20th super. Crazy. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah, that super. Is it super power? Super power. A lot of powers. Just looking for super power, one word. Azumarill. Yeah, thanks, Clay. I agree. Could use Ice Punch. Honestly, wouldn't mind Belly Drum as the last move and put Superpower in the 40s. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go last. What would this look like? Like 30, 38, 40, and like 50 Belly Drum. Maybe even 20 Bubble Beam, I think would be fine. Or actually maybe 22 Bubble Beam, just even. I don't know. We've got an even vibe going on here. So Azumarill on Wally looking spicy. I don't know about Ice Punch. Maybe as a relearn. 45 Belly Drum. I could definitely see that. Like just for Elite 4. I guess 46. Ice Punch is not fitting. Can it learn an ice move? That's my big thing. If it can get ice beam, I mean it doesn't really matter if it gets Ice Punch, does it? And you don't want to give this thing Ice Punch, or Ice Beam. It can learn Ice Beam, but I wouldn't give it to it. It's fine. Give Crawdon the Yellow Legacy Crabhammer. We can't because that's not like that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like Yellow Legacy Crabhammer, those moves don't work the same. You know what I mean? Those are those differences you have to account for between generations. I don't know. Double Edge seems really strong. Like, what about? I don't know. Oh, its special attack is 70. I could actually see like here, like what about 26 takedown? Is that weird? I just feel like that's a very early. And then double edge like 36. But it does still have the recoil. Yeah, but like with huge power, like that is cooked. And Uzumaro's really good. Like early game, it's like a great Pokemon because Flannery, like it's just one of the best answers to Flannery. So what if I just don't want Rain Dance to be too early? Like this is my problem. Like 33, I feel like, because Flannery's gonna be 31, and I guess if you want to grind Rain Dance, good most of the game, and then like push Superpower to 39, so it's like 3333. I think 32 is too early. I just don't really want a Rain Dancer for Flannery. Guessing the idea to buff special attack to make both huge power viable and thick fat for a hard Flannery counter. Yeah. Oh, nice. Valley Drum 45. Nice. Okay, that's cool for now. A lot of people asking Magneton and wait one sec. Azu, just need to normalize these. That would be there, and we put that in there. Yeah, whatever. It's fine for now. Magneton. I would push Lock On back because you're never gonna really use it unless you have Tri Attack. Those probably want to come together, and then that opens up the room for a very easy Thunderbolt at like 36 probably. How do we feel about Thunderbolt 36? Obviously this needs a Steel move. Jesus Christ, why Game Freak? Yeah, I could even see. I think the way you want to think about it is like trade-off. Like you can get early Thunderbolt to help you out, or a bit later. Does it really need help? Yeah, it's not so much help. It's just to help your other team members. Premiere video said you wouldn't need to leave the game for info, but then Hitmontop's Evo conditions were changed with no internal clue where the brick piece was. Yeah, sorry about that. We're not perfect. And we made a mistake. Unless there might be an NPC actually that mentions it, but sorry either way if you're confused. Yeah, like Thunderbolt around the Thunderbolt TM. I think it's more interesting if you make it slightly later, so you can get Thunderbolt right away and then just invest it, or if you're willing to wait. Thunder is 1 level after Lock On. Oh, try it. Oh my God! In my head, I was looking at Tri Attack like it was Zap Cannon. That doesn't make sense. Sorry, guys. I'm getting sleepy. Yeah, Shake Silver says there is just no Steel move that works for Magneton. Meteor Mash, it doesn't fit. Metal Sound is his Steel move. Yeah. I guess yeah. We have 2 people here, Connor and Dydre, saying Spike Cannon. I kind of have to agree. That's probably it. I agree. Like it's not gonna use it, but it's annoying that it doesn't learn one. It's truly a defensive thing. Yeah. I think Spike Cannon would make the most sense. What spikes is it shooting? I mean, it would be like it's shooting its screws, I guess. Yeah. Like it's popping these things off. It's popping off screws. Magnet cannon. Unscrew it screws and shoot them, then it just falls apart. And then it uses spike cannon, and then it just becomes 3 Magnemites. It becomes a triple battle. That's funny. Okay, we'll program that guy. Don't worry. Mirror code. I could kind of see that. I mean, The thing is, guys, if you watch the top 10 video, Magneton is like a top 5 Pokemon. I think I ranked its top 6. It's really good. Again, this is a defensive thing. If it gets good sturdy, wow. It definitely should have levitate, but we're probably not going to give it levitate. Double edge. Ooh, clumps of magnetized metals. Yeah, it sticks to it and then it shoots them out. I don't know. Metal sound, mirror shot, magnet bomb. Yeah, like they made moves for it because they were like, damn, we messed up. It doesn't need. There's always the need to just change stuff just because you got to resist. Yeah, that's the thing. Magneton's a very good Pokemon. It needs Thunderbolt. Like, we've given it Thunderbolt, and that's great for it. What did we do? Oh, it was lock on. Right. Maybe we'll just put that at like 40. But do you really want to hold on to Lockout that long for Sap Cannon? Sap Cannon kind of sucks. Guys, this Pokemon is so good. It's probably fine. Screech is very late. Oh, yeah, we could make Tri Attack earlier. I think I like that. Spark, Tri Attack, Thunderbolt, and then like 45 Thunder. 45 Thunder maybe. Should Magneton get Thunder naturally? I don't know if it even really works. Zap Cannon is really late though. I don't really like moves being at like that late unless they're actually needed. Like these can just go together, and then like why would Screech be so late? You know, Screech can be like 30, like Screech can be like 40, and then Lock On and Zap Cannon could be like 50. Yeah, like I don't even know if I think we could probably just leave Thunder out of it, and that's probably fine. Screech is comical. It's earlier than it was. Screens. Yeah, like light screen. Actually that's kind of interesting. I like that. Let's do that. Let's do like an earlier, or let's do 22 Thunderwave. Let's do 19 Screech. And then like a third, like a 40 screen, I think. That would be great for Tate and Liza. Screech would be good if Magneton could go boom. Great point. Never thought about that. All right, that's enough for now. Yeah, so to Sonic Boom, we replace. Okay, guys. It's a little bit late, and we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I think we've made some good changes tonight. I think we've kind of sat in some other ideas we had. We've got to start on some of the Pokemon we haven't done yet. Probably just going to have to do another stream where we really go through the rest of the Pokemon and do these kinds of changes. So that might have to come tomorrow if I can make it happen. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow, but look out for it. If I do, it's going to be earlier in the day. Seeing Wolverine and Deadpool tomorrow night. So, yeah. Lots of changes, guys. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the feedback. I hope you had fun. Thank you for coming out as always. We were supposed to have a video this Saturday, but I screwed up. So our next video is going to be, hopefully, we're thinking next Thursday. It's not another Emerald Legacy video yet. because we haven't made enough changes to solidify. So basically, like, I've been sitting off on making any Emerald Legacy videos because we haven't made like enough decisions to really make a video for. So I've been doing these streams with you guys and kind of formulating ideas. But the first Thursday video inbound, the first Emerald Legacy video will be after the next one. So we've got a video on pseudo legendaries. It's a very fun video. And then the next one, like 2 weeks later, will be the first Emerald Legacy official video. And we're going to look at gym leaders, which I haven't really shown you guys yet because I thought it'd be cooler if we did it in a video. Okay, much love. Thanks for coming out, and I'll see you guys later. Big kiss. Mwah.